Hello, welcome to this unit 4. Actually, in this unit, we're going to do a couple of things. One of the most important issues in this unit is that we are going to make the right interpretation about our own reframing or own leadership style. As you know, in past units, we already went through the reframing theory, and we were able to find out our own professional leadership style. However, today we're going to make the interpretation about what does it mean. And for that, let me share with you my presentation. And as I said, the most important idea today is to find out what does it mean when I got my own leadership profile. As you remember, your profile ended up with something like this. I mean, it doesn't have to, of course, it doesn't have to be this particular drawing. You may have a very, very different drawing. However, the message is that all of these designs have a different balance between the structural, human resources, political, and symbolic. Now, what does it mean? Regularly, even when we study how to use the right tools and everything, in a natural way, all of us, we react in a certain way that really describes who we are from a point of view of our natural responses. So you may be able to change your behavior. You may be able to think about something 2 or 3 times and then reconsider what you're going to say, what you're going to do, or whatever. But we all have, in every way, we all have a profile that is our natural profile. That means who we are if we let ourselves go. So your graph will include, for sure, at least 2 frames where you are a little bit higher than the other 2. Yes, you may have a balance in a certain way, but most of us have a design, a graph that lets us see two predominant frames. Let's say that in my own case, for example, this one that we're looking at, this one, we can see obviously that this person has mostly a symbolic and political preference for those frames. So what does it mean? It means that every time this person faces any kind of situation, any kind of problems, any kind of dynamic inside the organization, whenever this person has this new situation in front of him or her, and if this person reacts in a natural way, without thinking, without realizing, this person just lets himself go and faces this situation, this person is going to try to solve any kind of situation using preferably the symbolic frame or the political frame. Now, is there anything wrong with this? The answer is no. However, you have to be very conscious of who you are. Let me give you an example. If somebody has a preference for the structural frame, let's say somebody has a structural frame very, very developed. So this means that every time this person faces a problem in the organization, he's going to try to solve it using administrative tools. And if the problem is generated from the administrative point of view, from the administration point of view, and you are structural, that's it. You are natural for it. However, if this problem is generated in the political frame, if it's a political situation in an organization, and you, as a leader, when you see the situation, you try to solve it with your natural profile, which is the structural profile, you're going to make a mistake. We have seen this so many times. Situations where you see that, let's say the CEO or the most important leader in the organization is looking at what is going on in this organization in the different situations, and he finds out a problem that, in his own perspective, this problem, in order to solve it, requires the investment of new equipment, maybe requires hiring 2 or 3 more people, maybe requires doing some kind of construction or whatever in order to provide bigger facilities, more resources. And then at the end, somebody talks to the CEO and says, okay, you are not looking at the big perspective. You may buy some new equipment, you may hire some people, and that is not going to solve the problem, because the problem is that you have a personal confrontation between 2 of your managers. And those 2 managers, because of this confrontation they have between them, they are creating this problem. So if you hire more people, if you buy more equipment, it's going to be the same thing. So you need to solve the problem not with the structural profile, but with a political tool. So you need to talk to both managers and let them know, hey, what's going on between the 2 of you, okay? So the message is, now you know what is your personal profile, and now you know how you are going to react naturally. Now that you know that, you are able to understand this problem that I'm facing. Where does this problem belongs to? It belongs to the symbolic frame. Okay, I need to use the symbolic frame to solve this, but my profile is political. So I need to be able to move my profile in order to adapt myself and be able to solve a symbolic situation using the symbolic frame. So that is the message. So hopefully we were able to understand this, and let me stop sharing the presentation, and I would like to thank you very much, and please continue with the rest of the materials for this Unit 4. If you have any doubts, send me a message, and I will be more than glad to answer it. Thank you so much.